You write here, the origin of prayer is based on worship. Prayer is paying attention in a world that constantly consumes our thoughts but distracts us from tending to our spirit. Prayer gives our soul a chance to catch up with our pathologically busy minds. So
Yeah.
this conversation is about being above the noise, about how do we rise above so that we actually can do what you're talking about, whether it's prayer, whether it's reflection, whether it's worship. How do you get to a place where you can pay attention, where you can pray, where you can stop your busy mind and
Yep.
quiet all that's
It's
coming at you?
tough to do sometimes, tough to do. And to rise up,
Mm,
actually, which I think you can do through prayer, starts with the physical act of bending low. Like I love that definition of worship. It's to humble ourselves enough to bow and put our heart above our head so we can hear the sacred within us. Not an idea. That's a physically engineered way to go. And for me, I'm like, I would sure like a little more two-factor authentication between my head and my heart than I usually get.
how
So
do you get that? Do you literally get down and bow?
sometimes I do. And sometimes it takes a while for the mind to not be as distracted as I'd like it to be. I try to get quiet. I try to forget all of my ambitions or my schedule or my, regrets or what I'd left unattended or what I still have to tend to. And I will start with a simple thanks. I will think of people in my life that I'm thankful for, traits that they had that I'm thankful for. I'll Rolodex through my mind until I stop on an image of them that is their true selves when they were shining the brightest, not the happiest or saddest, but just when they were like, they were purely themselves. And I go through those people in my life. Some of those people have specific problems they're dealing with. Just to bring them up makes me more conscious of their pain they're going through, which may lead me to a phone call or how to talk to them more affectionately the next time I see them. And then I end up on myself. I always try to end with myself and seeing myself the same way. And as I write about in the book, to find that image of me when I am my light shining brightest and I am just peaceful can be hard to find sometimes for me.
Yeah.
Right? That can be the hardest image for me to find in my own mind. But I pray until I do. And when I see it, I'll freeze frame on that image and be thankful for that, what's in me that I know that I have and how I feel and what I put off when I am the most myself. So praying for those things, seeing that. I go off and see those people later in the afternoon, the next day, the next week, the next year. That's how I'm approaching them. That's how I've thought about them since. And that's what I'm seeing in them. And even if they aren't in that same place, because I've gone to them through prayer and seen them that way,
Mhm.
inherently, even subconsciously, I'm reminding them that that's who they are, that that's still alive in them. And all of a sudden they start giving it back. And I think that's the wonderful way life can work is when the language of our own soul goes to another and promotes a like response back. That exchange unsaid between us is what prayer can lead us to.
So is it your I mean, that sounds like a great way for this moment for us to energetically be in communion, as I always say,
Mm.
with somebody who's not like-minded, somebody who's not of the same belief system, perhaps. That if we're energetically approaching people the way you described, do you think we can tone the temperature down, come out of the darkness, that we can perhaps find our way back to belief, find our way back to ideals,
I
find
think
our way back to hope?
I think that would sure help quite a bit. Um, Now, let's remember though that this I don't want the prayer or the path that I think back to or forward to where we can go to sound passive
Mm.
because I don't think it can be passive. I actually think we're gonna have to rage. I think we have to treat it like punk rock. Actually,
Say more.
I think
What do you mean by
I
that?
think it's more of a rebellion to take back, to restore order in ourselves and each
Mhm.
other. And it's not a revolution until we win. So I think it's a rebellion, and we need to look at it that way. I bring up this phrase early on, trying to sell Sunday morning like a Saturday night. Come on, let's throw a party on this thing. There's a lot of people that are very of sound mind. I would even say the masses are, but they don't have the microphone right now.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we're going to have to. I think it's okay to say pissed off and steal the mic back. Is that a way forward? Yes. Do I believe that if enough of us just move 1% more and put a little more effort to salvage our own character, to help someone else out in need, to stand up for what we believe in, to salvage our relationship? Do I believe if everyone did 1% more of that and didn't quit or pull the parachute on the way when it got hard, that would be a major shift change in civilization, humanity? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But it will take the collective, all of us individually, to do that. And first, we got to have some good examples of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could give somebody listening to this right now who says, yeah, I want to do that. I want to have that kind of rebellion. I want to be one of the good people. Step one, step two, step three.
Well, step one, the old, because it's a global thought. If I'm talking about changing civilization, humanity, that's a global thought. Where they say, think global, act local. Starts with the mirror. It just
Mm,
does. So don't put the pressure on yourself to feel like you have to expand scale across borders. Start with the mirror, honestly. And that is going to lead with probably starting with who else might be in your house.
mm,
And slowly, if that can get off of your property and across the street, down the street, in your neighborhood, town, city, county, it can start to spread. That's the kind of epidemic, the kind of propaganda that is healthy. That's the kind that we do want to spread. That's the kind we don't want a vaccine for. And we just cannot lay down and go, again, yeah, that's just how it is. It's all worth nothing. What I do doesn't matter. And here's what I'm saying. If it doesn't spread, or how hard it would be to spread, it's still better for you
mm,
individually. It will improve your life. Especially if you're sitting there in misery, hey, heaven or not, if you pursue and live like there might be, like, how, if you believe that what you do today and what you choose today will have something to do with where you are tomorrow, that's the best way to get out of misery, heaven or not.